This video presents a direct, no-nonsense guide for Go players who feel stuck in their progress despite studying theory. I argue that many players focus on the wrong things, like memorizing complex opening patterns, Joseki, while neglecting the fundamental practices that lead to genuine improvement. The guide is structured into 4 core actionable steps, rejecting magic bullets in favor of disciplined, consistent effort. Step 1. Shut up and play. The most critical and non-negotiable rule is to play more games. I strongly criticize the common pitfall of spending excessive time on theory compared to actual playtime, likening it to reading about weightlifting without ever going to the gym. The core idea is that the brain learns most effectively through direct experience, including the painful but educational process of making mistakes and losing. Players are urged to build a vast mental database of game situations by playing frequently, aiming for at least 5 to 10 games a week, even if some are quick blitz games. The emphasis is on overcoming the fear of losing and detaching one's ego from their rank, reframing the goal as improvement rather than rank protection. Step 2. The brutal honesty of review. Playing games is only half the battle. The other half is conducting a thorough and honest review immediately after. This is a structured 3-part process. First is self-review, where the player must honestly assess their own thought process during the game, identifying key moments of uncertainty and where the game's direction shifted. Second is AI review, using free tools like Katago or Lila Zero. The AI serves as a brutally honest teacher, pointing out objective mistakes. However, the goal isn't just to see the AI's recommended move, but to understand the underlying strategic reasons why it's superior. Whether it creates better shape, attacks a weak group, or takes away the opponent's base. Finally, I will advocate for human review, seeking feedback from a player 2 or 3 stones stronger. I will stress that one piece of targeted advice from a human who understands a player's thought process can be more valuable than 100 abstract AI suggestions. Step 3. Eat your vegetables, Tsumego. This step frames Tsumego life and death problems as the essential daily workout for a Go player's mind. I will explain that the inability to navigate complex fights, the mental freezing, stems from weak reading ability. Tsumego is the targeted exercise to strengthen these reading muscles. The recommendation is to spend 10 to 15 minutes every day solving these problems. The method is just as important as the act itself. Players should mentally read out all possible variations and resist the temptation to guess or look at the answer prematurely. This consistent practice trains the brain to recognize vital points and tactical sequences instinctively, which directly translates to fewer blunders and lost groups in real games. Step 4. Learn principles, not patterns. Here, the guide directly challenges the common obsession with memorizing complicated Joseki. I will argue that for most players, gains are won and lost in the middle game due to fundamental errors in shape, direction of play, or tactical oversights, not in the opening. Instead of rote memorization, players should focus on understanding the core principles behind good moves. This includes learning basic Go proverbs, for example, urgent moves before big moves, understanding what constitutes good and bad shape, and knowing how to identify and defend cutting points. A player with a solid grasp of these fundamentals will consistently outperform a player who can only replicate patterns without understanding their purpose. Conclusion: the path is simple. The script concludes by summarizing the 4 pillars: Play constantly. Review honestly. Do Tsumego daily. And focus on fundamental principles. I will asserts that everything else, from advanced theory books to AI-driven opening studies, is a distraction for the improving player. The path to getting stronger isn't complex, but it is hard, demanding discipline and a willingness to fail and learn. The final, powerful call to action is stop passively consuming content, log on to a Go server, play a game, and then apply the review process immediately.